basically out here asking people to be conscious, be considerate of the actions that they take, the dollars that they spend, where they're gonna be putting their hearts. Today's day and age, there's essentially no need for animal cruelty. Yo, what's up? Dreadhead out here at CBC building, Front Street, downtown Toronto. Saving pigs for vegan Regan today. This is a memorial march for her July 17th, 2020, and it's a pretty big turnout here. So we will be marching from CBC all the way down to Queen's Park, Parliament of Toronto, standing up for animal rights activists, animals in general, pushing for vegan, plant-based ITIL living. So join us today as we do our best to network and interview people and see what's going on here today for Regan Russell's memorial. And it's crazy because this is a worldwide thing. This is not even just here in Canada, but it's a great motion here. This is Regan's husband here. Hi guys.
Hello.
How are you? Hi. Yeah, how you doing? Laura, right?
Laura,
yeah. How you doing? Good. Just going up for support. How you doing? Nice to see you again. Yeah. So I didn't get your name last time? Mark. I'm Jonathan. You too. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So you gotta take a break in between almost. Cool. Yeah, I'm just getting some video today of everything. Yeah, should be good. Cool. Whoa. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit.
Yep.
Nice to see you, Laura. How you doing? How you doing, Rose?
Hey, how's
nice
it
to
going?
see you. Good, you?
Good.
I just missed your jump circle, I guess. But you'll be going at the head of the march,
Yeah, we're
right?
supposed to be in the front. I didn't even get a chance. Nobody even said it.
Well, they're just going to in front of CBC right now.
Okay, we should have cut that way to go.
Stickers.
Hi team, how are you? If you want to sign, you can grab one. Give me that. Oh, that's yours. Sorry.
Can I grab a sticker? Some stickers?
Yes, of course. How are you?
Good, you?
Awesome, really good. Do you want any more?
Yeah, some Regan. I'll promote all these for sure. Thank you.
So, do you know the program? Like right now, we're just gonna start the march at 12:05.
Yeah.
In front of CBC. What was your name?
Jonathan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Andy? Angie, cool. That's good out there.
If you need anything, reach out to me.
Okay, cool. Thanks. That's Angie. She seems to be running. Got a whole whack of stickers here. So let's put some of those up. Maybe I could get another sign here as well.
Yep, just no.
I'll grab one of these too.
Yep. Yep. Where's all the stuff going, Brew? Just in the car? Okay.
Whew, it's hot out here. I can't do the mask, to be honest.
justice, and this is the beginning.
Sick. Nice, man.
This is Jess.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? Jonathan? Nice to meet you.
He's an original Vancouver shredder.
Are you? Nice.
Jess is part of the Burlington shredder.
Regan Russell
Oh, cool.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah,
was a
nice.
kind, elegant, strong, and courageous person. She was one of Canada's animal activism pioneers and deserved better. We are marching to demand justice for Regan Russell and to repeal Ontario Ag Bill 156. Make no mistake, who is behind Bill 156? The meat industry and other animal exploitation industries lobbied hard for the draconian and repressive Ag Bill 156. The Ontario government listened to the meat lobbyists. 2 days after Bill 156 passed, Regan Russell was killed at a peaceful protest at Savina's Spearman's Big Slaughterhouse.
Games? I watch you too. Yeah, man. I see you out. I got a YouTube channel as well.
Government to listen to the public
called Not
and repeal
Nation.
Bill 156.
Not Nation, yeah. It's dreadlock culture. Just hit like 100K last year.
Regan said, I don't know if it does any
Good
good,
to meet you though, man, for sure.
but I know doing nothing does no good. Let us all make a promise to Regan that she won't die in vain. Regan is mobilizing thousands. In months, it will be millions. And in years, Regan will help save billions of animal lives. We demand the Ontario government repeal Ag Bill 156. In the wake of Regan's death, we will not only ask for the repeal of Bill 156, but we want it replaced with a Regan Bill of Animal Rights. The Regan Bill of Animal Rights will protect the rights of protesters and whistleblowers, recognize the personhood of pigs and other animals, and defund animal agriculture. Instead, there will be significant resources placed towards transitioning to a completely plant-based food system. We demand the creation of a universal safety protocol for all future vigils. We demand the conversion of Savina's Spearman's pig slaughterhouse into an exclusively plant-based facility focused on the manufacture of plant protein. We also demand that no new slaughterhouses be built. Maple Leaf Foods was one of the companies that lobbied for the repressive Bill 156. To rectify Maple Leaf Foods' role in the role of Regan's death, we ask that they stop the construction of the mega chicken slaughterhouse in London, Ontario. And in its place, build a Regan plant-based facility and become a fully plant-based food company giant. We are marching to ensure that Regan does not die in vain. We are calling on the Ontario government to replace Bill 156 with the Regan Bill of Animal Rights. Justice for Regan Russell. Go vegan for Regan. Get active for Regan.
Seems to be about 400 people maybe. And if anyone hasn't heard the news, it's Regan Russell, vegan for Regan. Save pigs worldwide. We lost her at Fisherman's Slaughterhouse. The dog almost bit me. Nice sign. Same one. Joe? So you said total workout? Or,
So total work performed, that's essentially what volume is. And in order to maintain your muscle mass that you already have, you have to do a certain amount of total work. Now, there's also, intensity is also involved in this, so
vegan for Regan. Yeah, vegan for Regan. Vegan for Regan. Go vegan for Regan. Go vegan for Regan. This is Agnes. Vegan. Go vegan for Regan. Vegan. Go vegan for Regan, vegan. Vegan for Regan. Vegan for Regan. Vegan for Regan. Vegan for Regan. Alright, let's get the whole
Hey dude, how's it going?
Good, good. I enjoyed most of the time.
My water bottle. That's on it. Right there.
Sabrina.
Oh, the shade.
Sabrina, what time did you show up over there?
I showed up right at like 12:10.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, same.
Perfectly on time / late. Perfectly fashionably late.
Is that Melody?
Yes, it is. How are you doing?
Doing good. Resting. Oops, I'm gonna come by here and you're right here.
I just read an article in the paper, and honestly, I couldn't believe my ears. You are hitting baby seals over the head and taking their skins off.
Playing the video interview that I have got of her.
And I thought, I'll take a sign and I will go down and protest it, and it'll all stop. There was no internet, you know, it wasn't Martina Sears animal liberation. That was my own that's what was going on.
For Regan! Justice for Regan! Justice for Regan!
Literally at that door, so what's going on? It is just a world of shock. Entire lives, we, the parents' generation, it's a shock. People say we're breaking the law by starving. How do you think women got the right? How do you think slavery was abolished? People stood up and broke the laws. They're stupid laws. This is like that.
Justice for Regan! 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 Justice for Regan!
I was just so shocked when I thought, I'll
Justice for Regan! Justice for Regan! Justice for Regan! Justice for Regan!
nothing about any legislation or any of that. There's no entire life, and me, my parents' generation, it's shocking.
All right, I improved my rig.
The police also refused to establish safety procedures to allow for vigils to be conducted safely at Spearman's Waterhouse. Even though animal activists have tried for years to negotiate a safety agreement with Spearman's, which could have saved Regan's life. On June 17th, 2020, just 2 days before Regan's death, the Ontario government passed Bill 156, a legislation made to silence whistleblowers from exposing animal abuse on factory farms and transport trucks here in Ontario. Activists are demanding the provincial government repeal Bill 156 and put in place a new legislation in the form of Regan's Law. Regan's Law, which would provide protection to farm animals, as well as anyone exposing acts of cruelty on farms. Many Ontarians believe that all animals should have the right to be protected.
from New Wave Activism.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm looking up and
Stepping over everybody. Sabrina from New Wave, what do you have to say?
nothing.
Nothing right now. Bum, bum, chomp, chomp. Shut up. Thanks. Why is that?
Just what you're doing all at the same time.
Oh, trying to be as productive as possible.
No, you got it.
Thanks. Basically out here asking people to be conscious, be considerate of the actions that they take, the dollars that they spend, where they're gonna be putting their hearts. Today's day and age, there's essentially no need for animal cruelty. There's no need for animal abuse. There's no need for human abuse. Everything that happens in this world can be justified and can be changed if we only take the moment to think about the actions that we're doing and the consequences. So it's just like
shoulder to shoulder for the one who held her close and called her a lover, for those who raised her mother and father, for those she was trying to save and give one last drink of water. We'll stand for her.
lady walking up here really reminds me of Regan for some reason. Right here. Boom, shakalaka. And there's a dog around here, over there, that keeps getting aggressive with my skates. So if you're watching this lady, I'm sorry that I can't help that, but it is what it is.
Justice for Regan!
I might add you, the whole mask law everywhere is pretty stupid. They've enforced mandatory masks in a lot of places right now. But here they come. What's your name?
Yeah, Angie.
Angie, where will I find it? Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yeah, where will I find it? Where can I find your content?
On Toronto Pig Safe. I'll add you. We
Toronto
have a
Pig
group of
Safe?
organizers.
Okay.
And I forgot your name again.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll
Okay,
see you at the,
alrighty.
What'd you say your YouTube channel was again?
Not Nation. Not Nation. This is a long-time YouTuber I've been watching over the years, Vegan Gains. And I was just telling him it's very nice to meet him. Actually, I don't even know your real name.
Richard.
Richard. All right, cool, man. I'm Jonathan.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'm gonna check out your channel.
yeah, check it out. Maybe we could even do like some sort of collaboration in the future.
Sure.
Figure something
Just
out.
got a pair of rollerblades.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. We should link up and go blading
Yeah.
and talk to shit.
I have to practice a bit. It's
Yeah,
been
okay.
almost 20 years since I've ridden.
Oh, really?
I was just practicing for like 20 minutes this morning.
Yeah.
I was really freaking wobbly.
Okay.
And after about 10-15 minutes, I got a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, it's a lot of muscle memory involved.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You don't mind if I take your number, eh? I'll give you a shout.
Yeah, bro.
There's something going on there.
She stood with the LGBT community, protested against the Canadian seal hunt, Greenland, and all instances of non-human animal suffering from injustice. Animal agriculture took Regan's grassroots from us, and the Ontario government shares the blame. We demand justice and fairness so that animals deserve rights. Rest in power, Regan Russell. We will not stop fighting for you.
It's private property. It's just like, how do we know what they're doing in there to the pigs? Except the people who work there tell us, and we get video footage of it, and they don't let us in because they know what they're doing is wrong. Once you open that door as to what's going on, it is just a world of shock. We've been sold a bill of goods our entire lives. Me, my parents' generation. It is shocking, absolutely shocking. The lack of regard for the feelings of our fellow Earthlings. It is shocking. Well, I don't know if it does any good, but I know doing nothing does no good. Yeah.
Where'd you go, Regan Russell? You were here just a moment ago. Oh my God, she got hit by the truck. I can see her blood flow. The pigs are thirsty and frightened. The slaughter stench in the air. They scream from inside the truck. Blood is everywhere. Go Regan for Regan. Run down and to protest and comfort the pigs, to beg us to stop all the killing and let these babies live. The vigil was quiet and peaceful, a protest with kindness and love. Regan had the right to be there, gentle as a dove. Go Regan for Regan, she gave her life to spare them the knife. Where'd you go, Regan Russell? You're always here at the gate. You held your side and you spoke your mind till you met your fate. Go Regan for Regan, she held her ground.
Toronto. Peace officers in the building. How do we know what they're doing in there to the pigs? We don't. And this whole bill right now, 156, blocks any whistleblower, any journalist, independent journalist like myself from exposing the media, exposing the truths that are going on in the meat and animal industry. And these are things that every single human person, every single human being has the right to understand, has the right to know about where their food, I'm saying this as food because it's not even really food, where their food is coming from, where their plates are being fulfilled from. People have a right to know and understand the simple truths of what it looks like in these industries. And for them to now block that, for them to now make that illegal for us to do, this is something we need to stand up for. This is our basic human rights. This is freedom of speech. And without practicing our rights, we are never going to be able to be fully free. So practice your rights as much as you can. You know, speak the peace, speak the truth.
Except the people who work there tell us, and we get video footage of it, they won't.
Because I've been doing activism since 1977, when the seal hunt was really first exposed. That's when I got involved. Once you open that door as to what's going on, it is just a world of shock. We've been sold a bill of goods our entire lives. Me, my parents' generation. It is shocking, absolutely shocking. The lack of regard for the feelings of our fellow Earthlings. It is shocking. Well, I don't know if it does any good, but I know.
65 years old, Regan was at her prime. She said she would fight to overturn Ontario Ag Bill 156, which aims to prevent animal activism such as bearing witness and animal rescue and to silence whistleblowers. Regan was willing to go to jail and proudly said her dad Bill was going to join her. Nothing could stop Regan except a transport truck carrying pigs, the very thing she was protesting. 4 weeks ago today, on Friday, June 19th at 10:20 a.m., Regan was run over and killed by a pig transport truck at Safina Fearman Slaughterhouse in Burlington, Ontario. Regan was at the Toronto Pig Save Vigil with 6 other activists giving water to pigs on a scorching hot day. On this particular day, she was there to oppose Ontario Ag Bill 156, which had passed 2 days prior. She was concerned that the bill would prevent future activists from peacefully bearing witness to individual pigs, cows, and chickens going to slaughter. Regan has been so cruelly and violently taken from this world. Our collective responsibility is to ensure Regan doesn't die in vain. Regan lost her life standing up for the animals. In a sense, the meat industry killed Regan Russell. The meat industry lobbied hard for the draconian and repressive Bill 156. The government listened to the meat, dairy, and egg and other animal exploitation industries. In light of Regan's mission, we asked the Ford government to repeal Bill 156 and replace it with a Regan Bill of Animal Rights. A Regan Bill of Animal Rights would protect the right of protesters to protest in safety. It would defend whistleblowers. It would recognize the personhood of pigs and other animals and replace the property status they currently have. And it would stop funding the meat industry and give subsidies to transition to our food system to a completely vegan, plant-based one.
Woo! Yep.
Regan's sign read, "We are their voice." And today her husband, Mark, is carrying that sign that she made. Our first speaker is Malika Gupte. Malika attended her first vigil weeks before Regan died. Regan was the first person to greet Malika at a pig vigil at Safina Fearman's Pig Slaughterhouse in Burlington.
Hi everyone. So I'm about to attend my first vigil. And I was scared, I was mortified, and I probably thought about 20 times, I can't do this. I can't go watch pigs about to get slaughtered. I just can't. But somehow I got into my car and I drove to Fearman's Pork Slaughterhouse on Sunday, June 14th. I was alone, I was scared, I didn't know anybody, and I walked up to the intersection and Regan was the first person I saw. She came to me and she introduced herself. And she brought me over to the spot in front of Fearman's where she stood for years, every single week, bearing witness. And we talked, and she shared about her animal activism since 1979. And I remember asking her brutal questions like, what's the point of even coming? What's the point of, we can't let these pigs out. We can't help these pigs. They're gonna get slaughtered anyway. And she looked at me and she said, Malika, coming out here, bearing witness, taking videos, sharing them, is better than doing nothing and sitting at home and doing nothing. She taught me that saying the statement, I love animals, can only be backed up when you are a vegan, when you are an active vegan. But most importantly, she taught me something. She said, the most powerful thing that we can all do is use our voices on online media, social media, and having conversations with people around us, friends and family, and telling them about what happens to these poor animals all the time. So that day I finally made the decision, after way too long, to go from vegetarian to fully vegan. And I realized that day, Regan was the first person in my life that I'd ever met that truly loved animals. She was the first activist I ever met, and what an activist she was. That following week I was supposed to go to the vigil on Friday, but I was feeling depressed, I was feeling sad, I was feeling hopeless. I was traumatized by what I saw on Sunday. And you know what? The bill had just passed. I felt, what's the point? And then I heard that Regan had passed. And I thought to myself, if a woman can put her life on the line for this cause, the least that I can do is show up. Regan was a force of nature. She was unstoppable. She was steadfast in her passion for animals. And I know I was destined to meet her that day. And I know a part of her lives in me and all of you for showing up today for such an incredible woman. So please, go vegan for Regan. Go vegan for all the animals she died trying to save. But most importantly, go vegan for yourself. Because living a life free of violence and free of cruelty is one of the most sacred, beautiful things that we can do. Thank you.
Thanks, Malika Gupte. No one, not even an employee, has the right to expose it. This decision is evil. Animal ag is evil. Cancel animal agriculture. In February, before COVID was widely recognized, Regan met with MPPs. We demand Bill 156 be repealed in her name, and that the government replace it with a
recognize their mistake. We would like the bill repealed. To do that, I think it's a stroke of a pen. So pick up your pens and start over. I mean, it probably took a lot of lobbying and a lot of money to get that bill to be worded the way it is. So let's just start over. Realistically, how hard is it? We're here, you work for us, do it. You've got 3 days left before you break for the summer. Do it. Start over. That's what I need to say about the bill that my wife was fighting against. That's how she got killed. She stood up, as she's done for 43 years, for injustice. That day she was standing up for animal rights. She was standing up for the pigs. She was standing up against animal cruelty. Many other times she stood up for her fellow human beings. So she did not differentiate. If there was an injustice, she was going to stand up. She was going to start the car. And we did. It was not uncommon. So I'm really overwhelmed by the turnout today. I'm overwhelmed by how the world has responded to Regan's death. And it's certainly a difficult life right now. But you are making it a little softer today. You're helping take the edge off for me and my family and her friends that are suffering through this. But as I said to her 90-year-old father, I said, Bill, you're 90 years old. You're not here for much longer. But look what you get to see. If you weren't already proud enough of your daughter, we're just going to be so much prouder. The world is recognizing her and her activism over 43 years. And I can say truthfully, I am very proud and very thankful for all of you turning out today and all the efforts you make behind the scenes against animal cruelty and injustice generally across the board. So my family thanks all of you. And something that comes to mind is the first time I went to a protest with Regan. My son Joshua and I went with her. We stood our ground and we took our cue from the expert. And someone came to me and said, what we're doing is ridiculous. My response was, you don't have to be animal rights to know an animal wrong when you see it. So when you see an animal wrong, stand up. Just stand up. How hard is it? So I thank all of you. I'll let the mic go to my son Josh? Yeah. About right? My son Joshua would like to say something. Thank you.
Loving, inviting, and a beautiful person overall. Regan had been an activist since her 20s, where she fought for equal rights, human rights, and animal rights. Regan was always kind towards everyone, always making people feel comfortable, talking lovingly about her family, and was so proud of her dad that was her lifelong hero and would fight for justice alongside her. She was very grateful for her loving family and close friends, but her heart was broken, like most of us, for the pain and suffering of the animals bred into a life of misery, only to be killed at a fraction of their natural lifespan.
Regan was passionate and determined to overcome Bill 156. Regan was outraged that the Ontario government would make compassion and what little bit of transparency there is in the animal agricultural industry illegal. Bill 156 is an ag-gag bill designed to keep the horrific truth of animal agriculture hidden from us. Ironically, this bill has been politically framed as providing protection for animal agricultural workers from activists, when it is actually the activists who are in real danger. And now with this bill, as we could see, even more so. On June 17, Bill 156 was voted into legislation. This ag-gag bill will now make it illegal to bear witness, to investigate, to liberate, to hold demos at locations where animals are being exploited. We need to work collectively as activists to ensure that Bill 156 is overturned.
Regan would be so proud of all the worldwide events being held in her honor, and the many animals liberated from lives of violence that are now safe and living free from harm in sanctuaries. Please continue to liberate, hold vigils, hold demos, and continue to advocate and be an activist for the animals. They desperately need us to work for their freedom. We would again like to offer our heartfelt, deepest condolences to Regan's very special family and close friends. We can't imagine your suffering, losing such a beautiful light well before her time. So full of life, love, and passion to help make the world a better place. Regan's death is also a devastating loss for the animals and the animal rights movement. But she will never be forgotten, and we shall all fight harder for animal liberation in her honor. Regan is forever remembered as being a passionate activist who died standing up for what she believed in. Rest in power, Regan.
A few things I want to say. Just recently, some things have been coming to my mind, and it's just like what happened to Regan was not like a death, it was not a killing, it was not a murder, like it was a hate crime, and it was an act of terrorism. And I think that's something that we all need to remember when we're describing what happened to like someone who we had the pleasure to know so well. Another thing that we all really need to take away from Regan was her level of consistency in the movement. And that's something that's really important, and that she was fighting for and that she talked about all the time, and wishing more people were around for the pigs. I'll be honest, that's what we talked about every week in the winter when there's no one there, and weeks go by and no one's there. And then, you know, so she was always there. She knew how to separate the bullshit from the activist community, from what's actually important, which is the animals. And always keep that first. Always keep that most important. Yes. That is always most important. Yes. So that's something we all need to remember from Regan and take that away. She wasn't the most loud about all these views that she had and all the time. She didn't go around telling everyone, like, you know, it'd be great to see you next week after James Aspey comes. But we thought about it, and she was always there. A few of us, you know, regardless of snow, always with her booty little car, pops up.
She was there a few times by herself.
By herself, yeah, 100%. Like, oh, Regan, you know, it's a holiday. I don't know if there's gonna be trucks. it's all right. Like, I'll go, you know, hold my sign. Just remind people there's a slaughterhouse here, you know? So, oh, there's not an event on the day you have off. Don't let that hold you back. You know what I mean? There's so many ways to be active, and it's great to be online, but also being out there, if you have the available capacity, that is, like, it just speaks volumes as well, because it shows that we disapprove of this every day of the week at all times, because they accept trucks all day. So if you finish work at 6 and you want to go there and you want to hold a sign and watch pigs, or maybe spray them while they go in safely from the sidewalk, like, you do you know what I mean? There's so many opportunities, so don't be held back, don't feel limited. And if this is your first, like, thing of activism, let this be the first of, like, hundreds, you know? So yeah, that's it. So yeah, obviously love Regan so much. It doesn't feel like time is passing. It kind of just feels like it's like staying like stagnant, you know, like Sundays are happening. Like, yeah, so it's different, but I'm glad to see more people active, and that's amazing. And yeah, stay active. That's amazing.
We were thinking that since this is such a heavy thing to bear throughout this whole day, that we would take a moment to just have a little meditative connecting with our breath, if everyone would be willing. I invite everyone to put their hand on their heart, their left hand, or the right, fits better. And I invite everyone to close their eyes and just reconnect with your heart center. And take a deep breath.
Regan wanted to say, maybe it would be a few minutes. Did you want to go into the shade for the next speak? I don't know how you're doing right now. Are you feeling, you're okay still? Okay. So Regan was a friend of Regan's and very influenced by her.
Hi. Okay. Again, please protect yourself and each other from COVID-19. It is essential that the people changing the world for the better live through this pandemic. My name is Regan. I go by Regan because I was a tree sitter for the Red Hill Valley in 2004, and the other tree sitters took nicknames for the media, so I chose Regan. Now, I used to hate my name, but now I love to hear it. It's kind of confusing, though, when I'm in this crowd. More people should be called Regan. If you want to steal the name, feel free. Meat and dairy are advertised everywhere, and it really grosses me out. I hate false advertising. Those dairy commercials particularly frustrate me. If it wasn't for people like us who look past the gloss and lies, others will never know the truth. Government has always had ties with the meat and dairy industry. Misguided loyalty must be their driving force, because they subsidize these industries, and these industries are destroying our planet. Government is ruled by misguided loyalty and their selfish appetites. Vegan food is so yummy and fulfilling. How many government officials do you know that don't want to end their day with a big steak? It is their calling card, their inside wink of arrogant privilege. They think they are so important that they are entitled to exploit. No wonder the world is in such a mess. This three-way bedfellows deny fundamental change the world requires. Government passed this law because it's duplicitous. They know we are making the change the world requires, yet they want to remain unevolved dinosaurs. Bill 156 emboldens abusive people, which so many animal exploiters are. My gutsy, amazing animal rights queen Regan was run over by one of these people. But we are not going away. We have truth on our side, and truth shines light on deceit. Animal exploiters claim to love their animals. Regan would say that she has a different definition of the word love. Spread the love, fight this bill.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that is the end of the speakers, unless anyone tells me otherwise. So we do have refreshments for people. We're set up in the shade under the trees over here. But before you go, there's also more t-shirts for sale. And we have to respect the rules of this establishment. We're actually across the road under the shade of another tree for t-shirts. So thank you so much for coming. Regan, I'm sure, I hope, is looking down at us and saying, get active for Regan. And if you're not already, go vegan for Regan. Thank you so much.
Could you maybe do the sign?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
All right, so that was a successful march. As you can see, my sign is behind me there. Met a few good people, and it was really cool meeting Vegan Gains, Rich. So, met an ultimate contact there. Everyone always seems to remember me with the blades, and now with the sign. I'm gonna start making a name for myself like this, and I want to give a speech next time. Michelle too. We gotta give speeches every time. Anyways, just skating through downtown, going back to my car, which is actually that way. I should go this way. And then, yeah, see you guys later.